Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my new video where we are going to be playing a bit of support down in the bot lane, playing a bit of Zyra. Now, we are in a little bit of a rough spot. The last Zyra game I uploaded was a little bit stompy, so I wanted to find a game where I don't just absolutely destroy the early game and just make it completely easy for the rest of the game. So this will be a good choice. This Jhin doesn't really seem like he knows what he's doing. He just kind of ran under the enemy turret and gave up a kill, chasing an Alistar down there, and he claims he DC'd, but he's just been playing very poorly. So we've lost the early game to a freaking Alistar game, which is very strange. Okay, nice. We get that really solid little catch. I know that Veigar doesn't have enough damage to kill me 100%, and most likely the Alistar is going to look to combo in on the Jhin over me. We have a heal up, so I can look to bait the Veigar a little bit. Maybe he looks to flash in or something, or even looks for a max range Q. I might be able to land a root on him. That's fine. Get a little bit of damage on him. A possible root if the Jhin wanted to look for it. Alright, looks like Eve is topside, so we can continue harassing if we like. Once we get level 6, we'll have a lot of trade back damage, and the enemy team is pretty much full AP, so we went double magic resist runes. I think Dark Harvest is the best option when playing Zyra because of the just how easily it is. You can proc Dark Harvest with your plants. As far as the Alistar didn't look to continue a little bit further there. And nice. Nice little recovery from a 0-2 lane. And I don't know what. Yeah, again, this Jhin doesn't really understand how to control lanes, because he really should be pushing this lane because it is going to freeze, because he didn't push it all the way in. So the last thing we want is a Veigar lane to freeze on us, and then just have him give really good CC to the combo of the Evelynn and the Alistar. So we got to push that all the way in. Jhin definitely not understanding that, and where we are in a dangerous spot, and that was because we just saw Evelynn in the top side, so we know that we had to be very careful on when she gets back down on the bot side, because she just finished farming the camps up there. She's going to be down here, and the last thing we want is for them to have the lane frozen under their tower, and they will be able to zone us away from any experience or gold. And then most likely this Jhin, being a little bit overconfident, just getting a couple of kills and a little bit more pressure, he probably would have overpushed the lane. So that's why I needed to keep that lane a little bit I needed to push that lane under tower. Now I'm going to look to do something a little bit weird. This only works when you're playing against people that don't ward too much. I'm just going to look to gank my own lane. We're just going to wrap around a bit here. Since we saw the... Cool. Oh wow, he hit them all. Nice. All right, so we got it back into the game by just randomly throwing out a gank on our own lane. He didn't really understand that I could just wrap around. I didn't just walk through the jungle. It was very, very low risk, medium reward in getting that kill there. So, I mean, it took like, I mean, there's absolutely no difference in me going that way as opposed to straight down the lane. It was just hiding my movements a little bit further. It was putting a little bit more pressure on the enemy because they knew that I could be roaming. So there was just a bunch of positives that come out of that. We can put down a couple of plants to absorb some tower shots to get a little bit more damage on the tower. So you can always look for that when you are playing with Zyra, just to get a little bit more pressure. We got to be careful here because Evelynn is level 6. So we've got a pink ward here, but if she goes any other route, we could be in trouble. I'm just going to look for a just a pick from this, just because I have a lot of burst damage. Level 6 is one of your strongest power spikes. You always really want to look for damage, and if he comments there, that means he does not have vision here unless he is double buffing us, which does not happen in this elo since we are playing on a ult account. So he's going to be coming through here, and we get the root, and we just throw out our ultimate on the enemy champion, and it's completely over. This Veigar is really, really struggling to farm in lane because we are managing our waves correctly. We're not overplaying our hand. We're hiding in vision, so we're giving them as little information as possible. That's always what you want to look to do. We have to be a little bit careful here because Evelynn can steal the dragon because she has an execute with her ult. and the smite is a pretty high damage threshold, but I doubt that she is going to be contesting and looking to be super offensive because she is 0-2 right now. She is in a poor spot. However, Evelynn does not really need to do extremely well in the early game. All she needs is a couple kills and usually she gets going. It's really sad. We see Evelynn up in the top lane. She gets a kill, which is extremely unfortunate. However, we are going to be able to pressure this Veigar a little bit more. We can always look for just the WQ poke on the Veigar, and it's going to be quite effective. He can clear the waves pretty easily by himself, but we can always look to just pressure him a little bit more than what he's used to. Okay. Just looking to tank a tower shot there. And the mouth fight is going. We can just throw that down for a couple of our procs. Yeah, the Zinja just ran the wrong way. We could have probably saved him if we went over the other way around. They can't clear this wave too hard, and plus Alistar is clearing out those waves. Yeah, Veigar is really mad because we just started crushing lane, and he is in a rough spot. You always want to get Sork Boots. It's a really nice back for Zyra because she relies on very heavy base damages, and she doesn't have the best scalings. Out of her Q, she has 60%. Out of her E, she has 50%, and 70% out of her ultimate. Compared to something like a Veigar with 100% on his R, and I think 110% on his W, and then Q's like 70 or 80%. It just goes to show when you should be prioritizing spell pen over the really high AP ratio. Similar to something like a Syndra. Doesn't have the best ratios, so it's just very strong to... Is this going to work on him again? Oh no. That would have been really fun if I could just gank his lane again. I don't really know how strong or how aggressive this Veigar is going to play it. Yeah, he's just feeding. I think there's a little bit of, they're just getting mad at each other. See if he looks to turn around here. I can look to flash root him and just really put him away, deny more vision. Okay. I was just looking to pressure him off. It was a little bit too aggressive, but again, all I'm looking to do is just stop this Veigar from farming and just deny as much as possible. The Evelynn is looking for a gank on me because he can most likely win the 2v1 with maybe just an E help coming out of the Veigar. I can't go anywhere near that vision just because I'm pretty much in instant ult range. Look at that Alistar build. Look, yeah, Alistar's pretty much going AP. I think he's a little bit unenthused with his ADC player. He just doesn't really understand the strengths of the champion. And in general, when you are playing AD, the easiest way to tilt your support is by playing a mage as opposed to a ADC, because all their practice, all their game time, and a lot of their game knowledge is tied up into different damage thresholds and different lane matchups where you have a really good understanding of, hey, Draven beats this champion at level 3 and I can take any all-in at this time. When you throw in champions that are AP mages, you throw out a lot of the advantage that the supports can provide you with their superior game knowledge over a lot of other enemy champions. Just gonna look to throw some stuff from Fog of War. I don't know why this guy emotes so much. He's gotten absolutely destroyed after getting like the freest first kill of his life from the Jhin being AFK, or lagging, as he said. Alright, good. So it's not going to be Air Soul, so this is going to be nice because it's going to be easy for us to control the dragon because we're winning bot lane and we're winning mid lane. I don't know what this Alistar is really looking to do. It's not going to really help him too much. Ooh, okay, we get a splash. That's pretty big. And just dodge out of that and that. It's super easy. And again, we're just looking to pressure him off. The plant didn't kill him, but if he has that W, it kills him. So we're denying farm, we're denying CS for a 73-second cooldown. He's going to miss probably about 2 waves and forces out just... it's just definitely worth a 70-second cooldown. If the tool tip read, hey, for this cooldown you denied the enemy ADC like 200 gold, a shitload of experience, like maybe a half a level of experience, it would definitely be worth. Alright, just gonna get some wards around here. Alright, nice. I think the points are going to finish him. Yep. Cool. And we get it again. Just knowing that I could go up there because the Evelyn is super, super weak. She doesn't have a completed item. She's 1-3-1, and the Alistar wasn't like right on top of me. I knew that I could look to take those plants because you always need to, when you're running down the river like that against an enemy champion with stealth, you always need to be like, hey, what's the worst case scenario? Oh, damn. Oh, that was really, really... Well, I guess that was the worst case scenario. Absolutely. Okay. Well, flubbed that one. I thought that the Jhin had a little bit more damage than that because he already had like an item and a half, or maybe just an item, and he just bought that one recently. Okay, that's fine. We have a lot of assists. Usually I prefer getting the kills when I play Zyra as instead of just being really, really assist heavy. But it looks like the team is doing pretty well with the kills because whenever you're playing carry mages like this down in the bot lane, you know that you're a known quantity, so putting kills and extra gold and resources on yourself, you're going to know how you're going to be able to carry. This is going to help you more in the future because you can learn how to carry heavily when you put more resources on yourself as opposed to relying on a very inconsistent element in enemy champions. I don't know if this works. Okay, well we force something out. We save our pink ward. I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm gonna keep this sweeper up. Okay, never mind. Looks like it's gonna be an Infernal Soul, which would be really, really nice for a couple of our champions. And yeah, we got 9 Dark Harvest stacks. Not the best, but it's pretty good for this timing. It's a really strong scaling ability that can be procced in a bunch of different ways. Probably going to be going a Demonic Embrace here. I think that will be quite effective against the enemy champions. They're not going to really prioritize too much magic resist, and they're going to have a decent amount of HP to kind of just leech off them. HP item here, HP item here, HP item here, so Demonic Embrace is going to be effective, as well as giving me a little bit more tankiness with HP and resistances. Oh, he should have grabbed the ice. I'm just going to sit in pink here because the Evelyn, when they're behind enemy junglers, always look, hey, who's the weakest person that I can kill? And just grab that. Hey, let's just grab this support here. Have to be careful because this Veigar has a Ludens. It doesn't really matter that he's only 2 and 4, but he has double spell pen, so he kills me in a combo if he wants to. All right, gonna grab that. Man, this Evelyn really wants this pink ward. She has been trying to kill it for a long time here. She might be a little bit more aggressive in killing this pink ward because there's 2 enemy laners in the mid lane, so she feels a little bit safer. I need to be careful here. Just looking for a pick with my full combo. Just playing around my champion's strengths and being a very good pick champion. Ooh, if that E would have got him. Damn. It's unfortunate one ability does that much damage, but it just really goes to show how strong the double spell pen is. Alright. Yeah, just looking to get a root there. Yeah, just trying to get as much as I can done. W kills him. Cool. So, again, we're denying Veigar farm, and we're denying him farm and experience, which is absolutely huge. And I don't really mind trading my resources in putting a hyper-scaling champion like that a little bit further behind. If he would have hit that, it would have killed him. Alright, cool. So I think my controller isn't up right now, so just throwing one down there. It's gonna be really nice. Have to be a little bit careful about Evelyn because she does have her first completed item, so she has a decent amount of damage. Gonna go back, grab a blasting wand, and just look to play out this game. Right now is just a little bit glass cannon until we get our HP components of our Demonic Embrace. Because if you get a really strong ultimate where you land it on a couple of people, it doesn't really matter. You don't always have to use your ultimate on rooted targets, as you can do there. You can just use it as a zoning effect. Pretty much Zyra's premier ability is to be anti-engaged. You stay in the back lines, you wait for enemies to dive on your frontliners, or maybe some backliners that are in front of you, and then you ultimate on them and just spawn a bunch of plants and really punish them for overextending because of your plants' extremely strong, consistent damage that is very not too common in mages. It is similar to how Cassiopeia and Ryze have pretty consistent damage, and pretty much the opposite of something like a Veigar that might be a little bit more... I think I hit her with that root. Yeah, I hit her with that root. That was a max range root that saved her life. Freaking perfect, man. Alright, we can push down mid because it's just this Kale. I'm just looking to harass her with plants. They get a little bit of gold for killing your plants, but putting pressure on them, that usually is worth more than, what is it, I think like 3 gold for a plant? I think it's similar to killing GP barrels. If you guys have any questions for me, I love talking Zyra. I've been playing Zyra for about 3 or 4 years now. Always been one of my super strong champions. And I think she's really, really strong at what you're able to do. As you can see, again, that was a really good anti-dive play, where they look to jump in. Damn, that Evelyn caught me. She positioned that pretty well. Alright, cool. So this, it doesn't really matter too much that I'm not getting the kills, because the 2 carries have proven a bit more consistent. If I was not really too happy with how my allies are playing, I would be a little bit more aggressive with using my Q and E and Ignite to kind of get the kill steals, and to just put a little bit more resources into my kit, my items. But all I need to really do here is just to be an anti-dive tool in the kind of later game team fights where inevitably the Alistar, Malphite, and Evelyn will go in, and I just need to stay in the back line. And as you saw, I was kind of in the front line trying to be a distraction to allow my really strong carries to kill. So you just need to adjust your playstyle for the different game states and what you're looking to accomplish. So there's a couple different ways you can play out Zyra, and once you're comfortable with understanding all the different ways, you're just going to become more of a complete and stronger Zyra player in the long run.
Wait until my seeds take root.
Comet is definitely very, very effective. I just love the feeling of Dark Harvest procs with plants on Zyra, and I like the scaling effect because no matter what, Zyra is going to be pretty strong in the early game, and that's really where Comet makes a lot of its strength comes from, is early and mid game, where Dark Harvest is a bit better when you are in the late game. So Evelyn showed. I wonder if she's going to do anything in this area. Just looking to sweep her out. Sit in this bush. Maybe she comes a little bit too close to proximity, and I think I can one-shot her within a root. Nope, looks like she went the other way. Ooh, strange. Okay. Oh, nice. We got the Dark Harvest proc there. That's such like a... Like, only Zyra could get a Dark Harvest proc from, like, that far away. That obviously isn't something like a Jhin that's gonna have just stupid... I thought that they were going to engage on us. That was actually a really, really terrible ult. It doesn't really matter though, because I know I'm an ult-reliant champion. Being Zyra, I got Ultimate Hunter. Oh, dude, okay, the burns got him. He was actually doing a really smart thing that not too many Malphite players do, and that's kite people out and dodge abilities by using the Q speed up to just increase the amount of movement you can have. The Q hit. People are a lot more careful of your E when you're playing Zyra and don't really care because they don't understand how strong your Q actually is. I don't mind taking some of this CS. I've enabled this as into a really, really high degree, so he shouldn't really care too much if I take some of that. Gonna sell this. Going to grab the Giant's Belt. We're gonna be a little bit tankier here. Sadly, we don't have enough to finish our Demonic Embrace. Maybe if I had gotten that full jungle camp. Yeah, that's just how you should be looking to play out lanes. Particularly when there is an enemy support that is a diver. Zyra should thrive in that situation as long as you are not positioning too poorly and just wiggling on the maximum range of their abilities. For example, if you don't know what wiggling is, it's like, imagine this this Malphite's a Blitzcrank. You want to be wiggling kind of where Jax is right now at the max range of the Blitzcrank Q, giving you the most amount of time to react and dodge, and then going in and being able to punish the champion without a really high effect skill that they can look to utilize against you in that situation. I need to be careful because Evelyn might just come. Cool. Was just backing up my Kiana. Happens a lot because when you have an Evelyn, they're always looking for these kind of plays. That was just right there where she was looking to flank. So me just sitting on the flank right there is the way to do it. Cool. Got a nice, really easy assist. Plants always help you get a crap ton of assists. As far as what you should be leveling first, I'm a fan of doing leveling Q first, just because you can get a little bit more damage, particularly if you're against a melee champion, a melee support champion that can't pressure you too heavily at level 1. You're able to get off a lot more poke, and you're going to proc your support item more. You're going to get more resources from the gold. You're going to get more poke and lane presence, so it's pretty much the ideal situation, unless maybe you're playing with something that's like a really strong level 1 I thought they would engage again there. Yeah, these guys aren't... I mean, that was like one of their only windows where they can actually look to do something. It was strange that they didn't go in there. Definitely popped my ult a little bit too early there, but it doesn't really matter. I was just kind of covering our retreat in that certain situation. And again, we're already at 40 seconds until our ultimate is up again. So, I mean, there probably won't be a scenario where my ult is going to be useful in that little time window, so might as well use it to help out my allied team. I'm in a pretty sicky situation here because I'm all alone, and there's an Evelyn around, but we are good. We got the sweeper. Evelyn is pretty weak. Cool. We can grab our Demonic Embrace. We'll be pretty tanky. The game's pretty much over. So the reason why I decided to do a Zyra video is because I did a poll in my community section, and the most voted for video was to do a Zyra video. So I'm just going to start paying a lot more attention to that, and whatever you guys want to see, I'm going to be posting that more. It looks like it was a Zyra video, and then in second place it was another really off meta support. So I'll probably be looking to do a video about the Karthus or Cassiopeia support that I play more times, because I don't think I've released a video on those, and those are some really fun picks that you can look to utilize if you have a pretty high understanding of the champions, or you're just like insanely good on like an 8 PM level. The reason why I'm obviously able to play those champions well is more just because of my mage understanding and distancing. I don't claim to have good micro, because I don't, as you can see by that as you can see by that E. Cool. Yeah, and again, the reason why I was saving my flash and not looking for a flash in there to do a bunch of shit is because of the Evelyn could have just one-shot me right after that. So we end up 3-3 and 14, really good damage. We tilted the enemy support because the Veigar wasn't able to zone me off of harassing him super hard at level 1. All he needed to do was stay in the back, stay at EXP range until level 2, and then I couldn't have threatened him too hard with any of the abilities or auto-attacking. As always, guys, if you have any questions for me, hit me up in the Discord. I'm going to put a link to my I'm going to put a link to my Discord in the pinned comments. As always, take it easy.